Hey there. Back in October, I started working on a project to create a series of 12 playlists, one for each of the zodiac signs in Western astrology. I quickly became very obsessed with this, and I have been using it as a form of meditation on the meaning and medicine of each sign as we pass through the zodiac. The playlists are pretty long, each between 4 and 8 hours or so, and they can be listened to either on shuffle or straight through for an intentional journey through the themes and contradictions of each sign. Each playlist is filled with songs by artists who are native to that sign. But of course, the sun sign, which is the one you probably know even if you're not into astrology, the sun sign is just one part of the birth chart. Popular astrology often reduces the rich poetry of the heavens to just sun signs. But in truth, the zodiac can only be deeply understood as a whole, as a reflection of the entire human psyche and condition. So the driving force for choosing each of these songs, for each of these playlists, was not the birthdays of the artists, although that factored in, but rather the core spirit of the messages of the songs in relation to the zodiac signs. In this way, I've done my best to honor both the complexity of the artists and the symbols. I'll be creating these accompanying videos with each playlist, so check out the Taurus one from last month and stay tuned for Cancer next month. The full videos and write-ups will be available to patrons, and shorter forms of them will go out on social media and YouTube. I hope both the playlists and these videos will help you appreciate the richness of the zodiac in ways that serve your evolution and spiritual growth. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and your ideas and suggestions for these playlists too. So feel free to leave me a comment with anything like that, and also thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, supporting, etc. Let's get into it. In late May, as the trees are branching out, filling up, and reaching peak blossom to call in pollinators, we may still be somewhat focused on the earth and the welcome changes brought by spring, but we also begin to turn our attention more toward each other. The shift from Taurus to Gemini is essentially this. After getting grounded in stable structures and sustainable rhythms, consciousness feels the urge to expand and explore this great big universe. The symbol of the twins is about careful observation, continual learning, constant gathering of information, and collecting diverse life experiences, especially through relationships with other people. It's about leaning into the tension between the self and the other, the inner and outer worlds, the known and the unknown. Stephen Forrest writes about the symbol, two beings each hell-bent on unraveling the other's mystery, yet separated by an impenetrable wall of misunderstanding. Other archetypes that deal with this tension are the lovers, the corresponding tarot card to this sign in the major arcana, the rivals, the siblings, the foils. Think Jacob and Esau, Beauty and the Beast, Glenda and Elphaba, Tupac and Biggie, who are both Geminis, incidentally. Not only do I have my mom and my maternal grandmother to look to as Geminis on either cusp in my family, but also my mom's sister, my Aunt Lisa of blessed memory, born on June 2nd. Lisa was an avid and ravenous accumulator of information and experience, an outdoor adventurer, a lifelong Spanish learner and teacher, a world traveler, a formidable trivia nerd and collector of paraphernalia of several television series, Doctor Who, Buffy, Star Trek, Sherlock Holmes, to name just a few, a scholar of Latin American poetry and literature, an avid fisher, ping-ponger and darts thrower, an amateur cannabis pharmacologist, and an expert at dozens of card games, board games, and strategy games. Though her time on this earth was cut short, she lived twice as full a life than most people would in twice as much time. And no matter how many things she had planned on any given day, when she spoke to you, she was completely present, genuinely fascinated with the mystery of each person, she came across. Those with significant Gemini placements and strong Gemini medicine have an almost indefatigable drive to learn and grow. When this energy is focused, they can accomplish great feats in any field. They are naturally curious, creative, and able to think on their feet. A healthy dose of charm and wit are typical of those with strong influences from this sign, as are appreciation of aesthetics and finer tastes in all areas of life. Gemini's resources are vital in times such as these, when society seems to be suffering from a collective spell of willful ignorance and a shocking lack of imagination and empathy. Into these revolutionary times through which we are living, Gemini can bring not only clarity by gathering facts and information, but perhaps more importantly, they can utilize the power of storytelling to show us ourselves within the other. As it reaches its fullest expression, the compassionate nature of Gemini grows stronger along with its powers of communication. Of course, the apparent state of utter confusion and madness in our world today also reflects what happens when our Geminian qualities are not expressed with balance and dignity. A QAnon-style conspiracy theorist is one epitome of Gemini's shadow, always gathering clues, information, and experience to keep the mind moving towards some vague object, but without a sense of groundedness in truth, objective reality, compassion, or empathy. Other prototypical expressions of the undignified Gemini include the two-faced politician, the false friend, the opportunist, the distracted genius unable to focus their talents, and the flighty lover afraid of commitment. Always looking, but never truly seeing other people, nor allowing the self to be truly seen in its vulnerability. This kind of alienation is life cut off from its source, and it does not endure. This playlist is upbeat, eclectic, playful, and adaptable. It is meant to help us tap into our own genius, wonder, and enthusiasm. Many of the songs are collaborations between artists or feature multiple vocalists or instrumentalists in conversation with each other. It's a good selection for getting the creative mind flowing while driving, doing chores, showering, or working on artistic projects. It could also work as background music for a small get-together with friends or other social event, especially when the Geminian energies are strong. Listen on Shuffle Play for a fun, unpredictable ride through the minds of some great rappers, jazz musicians, and songwriters of virtually every genre, or listen all the way through for a guided journey that can last through the whole astrological season as we engage our imaginations and open our eyes ever wider. One creative love. Peace.